Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the top 10 moments of the Elsword 1v1 tournament. I know the tournament was a couple weeks ago, but it took me quite a bit to make this video, so let me get a couple things first before we start the actual list. First of all, I could not get footage from Jet's tournament. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, I don't know, Jet does not save his videos, so I was not able to go into his archives and check for his best moments, so there will be nothing from Jet's tournament, unfortunately. Also, I tried my best to get at least one moment from each of the tournaments, and overall it did work out. But without further ado, let us begin the top 10 moments of the Elsword 1v1 tournament. So at number 10, we have PWRX versus Dark Chaos God. This match was a complete domination from PWRX. Throwing out the combos, unfortunately Dark Chaos could not respond. They tried so hard, but they just could not catch up. This match was so interesting to watch because poor Dark Chaos was on the ropes the entire time. PWRX kept on the pressure and completely annihilated him. And that one part with War Prelude, like how did this War Prelude hit? Like what? Where's the range? Where's the limit? Is it like, I thought it was a smaller circle. Is it the bigger circle? Like, what in the world is going on? Also, one of the funniest parts of this match is that in the chat, when this was going on, someone was just like, welcome to the Empire Sword combo vid. And that cracked me up, man, because that's exactly what this was. An Empire Sword combo vid. And that final critical dive to just seal the deal. Ooh, perfect. That was amazing to watch. It's like in those animes when the person gets stabbed, except in the Bleach one, it was actually Momo that got stabbed, but that was okay, because I don't like that character anyway. All in all, watching this amazing beatdown by PWRX is an amazing way to start this list. So at number 9, we have Irresistible versus Yakusho. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys, I did not want to include this on this list, but I just couldn't include this on my list. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this tournament was with something called no elements. And you know what that means? No resistances. And you also know what that means. That means freezing is lasting as long as freezing can last. Stun is lasting as long as stun can last. And oh my goodness, can Minerva take advantage of this? This match, at start, it's like very back and forth. A couple of them are getting combos, a couple of them aren't getting combos. They're very much like trying to poke at each other with interesting catches or what have you. And it's pretty back and forth, pretty even. But oh my goodness, when the Minerva Irresistible catches Yakusho, I feel so bad because there's nothing you can do. You just stand there. You just stand there and you take the abuse. You take the punishment, you take the damage. Like, what is she supposed to be doing? The answer is nothing. Freezing grenade, freezing grenade, freezing grenade. And then the pressure grenade, did you see that HP change from, like, how much percent loss was that? 20, 30, 80? I don't know. How do you stop this? It's like, you guys remember that dumb internet craze with the 1,000-degree knife things? This is like the 1,000-degree knife things, except the knife is pressure grenade, slicing Yakusho's HP. Honestly, at the end of the day, this is disgusting, horrible, terrible, but I cannot blame Irresistible for doing this. Because at the end of the day, this is an option, this is something she can do with her class, and definitely something she can take advantage of with no resistances. So I can't blame them at all. I cannot blame them. It's something that they can do. But maybe this hopefully goes as a lesson to be why you need at least resistances. But nevertheless, this is still an amazing, crazy moment that I just wanted to highlight right here in this tournament. So here we have number 8 with KyoExLove versus Worker. And I'm going to be 100% transparent, 100% honest with you guys. Worker is a fan of mine, watches my streams at twitch.tv/MeteorFalcon, so I had to put my boy on here. I was definitely watching this tournament the whole way through, watching my boy try to destroy this Rekha, and honestly, even though, yes, technically I guess it's unfair, because I put him on here because he's my fan, But still, it was a pretty good match because something key happens because the Rekha kept rolling. Just cut. If you guys don't know much about PvP, one of the worst things you can do is roll off a platform because someone can get an easy catch on you because you become very vulnerable when you roll off a platform. So my boy Worker took advantage of that. Sometimes he would miss some of the catches when she rolled off the platform, but that rolling off the platform, you can't do that. She was rolling around at the speed of sound. Gotta stop doing that, guys, but still, it was still a great moment. And hey, maybe some of you guys can learn something about that. Never roll off the platform. If you see somebody rolling off the platform, take advantage of that, get that catch, and there you go. Short, sweet, and simple for this number. So here we have LizEtta versus FunSizedChunk. This match started off very much in FunSizedChunk's favor, getting almost 150 mana with the first catch. It was crazy. But LizEtta honestly came back, and about halfway through, she just kept destroying this man, kept catching him every time. He could not escape the poor guy. Like, she was reading the books, she saw that before, she saw that yesterday, she did a book report on that. It was done, it was GG, catching him every time with like chain lightning, element circle, the super armor from that one combo I've never seen, where she makes like a flame geyser and pops you up like crazy. Like, it was pretty impressive to watch in a tournament that with not many Aishas, a bunch of these comic crusaders. Like, it was pretty spectacular to watch this. Big ups to LizEtta, and I have to say it's kind of funny because after this round, FunSizedChunk started complaining to the Aisha. It's like, oh, I don't start the match with 200 mana like Aisha does, and it's just like, really? You don't start the match with like 200 mana? I beg to differ, my friend. I beg to differ. But still, amazing reads by LizEtta. Just watching her be in that Chunk's mind like midway through. Spectacular, awesome, amazing reads. She went to the bookstore. And with number 6, we got Best IP versus Archon. Honestly, with this match, it was such a good match, and it's such a good viewing to just view a comic crusader just getting his butt whooped. It was so satisfying to watch, because honestly, in this tournament, if you guys did not know, in the final rounds, there might be a couple of comic crusaders overpopulated, and you know, just one or two, just a couple, a few of them. Anywho, Best IP eventually did get into the final rounds of the tournament, so Archon didn't win this match, but she did win this game, and watching Archon win this game was so satisfying to watch. Watching those low kicks go down, destroy these man's legs, put those weird purple things on him. He could not dash at all. Some of Chunk's best moves are dashing, and even when he did do his like standing still heavy stance, but still very effective, Archon kept at range and poked at him with different things and kept recatching, and it was so satisfying to watch. Busting out all those weird actives, all those low kicks, everything, staying on the top platform and coming down to continue the another combo. Ooh, it was so amazing to watch. And those maximum pains right in his nuts. Yes, that skill hits you in the nuts. But still, it was amazing to watch. High five to Archon. In a tournament heavily populated by Comic Crusader, watching this satisfying beatdown is just this. Just a satisfying beatdown. Here at number 5, we got ToonBilly versus Entente. And honestly, at the end of the day, I just put it in here because it is the finals. I wanted to put the finals in here somewhere, and I think right smack dab in the middle is the perfect place to put it. Even considering that, this was an amazing match. The finals were a round robin type where everybody would fight everybody once, and you accumulated an amount of points. When everybody fought everybody, it turned out that ToonBilly and Entente had the same amount of points. So this was a type of round. Whoever would take this round is the winner. And honestly, this is the culmination of some of the best Comic Crusader gameplay I've ever seen. Still, I mean, saying that, obviously, it was two Comic Crusaders matching their priority and super armor and amazing hit stun and everything into each other. But still, that's interesting to watch in a certain sense. But watching the gameplay from ToonBilly and Entente is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. And when you're considering the fact that Entente wasn't even originally in this tournament, he was actually a reserve pick in Jet's tournament, I believe. So he made it all the way from a reserve pick to the final round, and that is super duper impressive. And obviously just kind of watching the tournament, watching it all go down, And honestly, at the end of the day, this match kind of encapsulates everything about this tournament. Two Comic Crusaders bashing their super amazing skills against each other, their crazy mana, their crazy skills, their crazy super armor, crazy heavy stance, all of that together, just trying to do their best. Unfortunately, I would say the one bad thing about this fight is that it ends in a timeout. It doesn't actually end in a kill. ToonBilly just kind of stomps on the ground like crazy, so Entente can't get close, and Entente kind of forgets that there's a time limit. But still, it was a great match to watch. There were a bunch of back and forths. No one really knew who was going to win until like the last couple seconds. But an amazing end to our tournament. I enjoyed watching this, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Comic Crusader gameplay. This was still enjoyable to watch. So major ups to both of you guys.
Here I go!
Number 4, Fruitnier versus Roughhouse. This was an amazing set of 3 matches. In the first round, Fruitnier won. And the second round, it was pretty even with both of these competitors. They were very even on HP when the match ended, but Roughhouse gets the final catch and it seals up about the 20% of health that Fruitnier had left. But in the third round, guys, in the third round, it was very obvious that Roughhouse was using the first 2 matches to just download what Fruitnier has been doing, and he utterly demolishes him. I don't even know if he got hit once. Maybe I think he did get hit a couple of times. But still, he just destroyed Fruitnier. Every time Fruitnier tried to do something, especially the high jumps, he would read that and completely punish it. One of my favorite moments that happens in here is when he whiffs a Limit Crusher to a Mega Drill Break. Fruitnier awakens, goes to the side, and he's like, alright, I'm gonna sheet selling this guy, use gravity shelling to keep him in the air. But Roughhouse, he knows something's coming, so he uses maximum dive and gets out of that gravity shelling. That was amazing! Watching this utter beatdown of Fruitnier was awesome by Raven. I love seeing Raven players go at it, and this is one of the best parts. But still, just watching this utter destruction after they were so even in the last round, it was spectacular. Big ups to Roughhouse here. And now we're moving on to top 3. This is going to be the best of the best, guys. So here at number 3, we got Black 13 Star versus Fallen. This match, honestly, this match is like the conclusion to all the other matches where I'm just like, this player dominates this other player, yada yada. The worker with Roughhouse, with LizEtta, this is the combination of all of that. Because Blackstar does not give poor Fallen enough time to breathe. When they get to the middle on the bottom of Wintry Velder, one of my favorite maps by the way, she just takes him to town. He cannot get up or do anything. Whenever he's up, he's back in a combo. She makes sure he's in a combo consistently. This was amazing and spectacular to watch. Nova Emperor is my main. Watching the character that is my main getting destroyed like this, you think wouldn't be great to watch. But watching Blackstar just destroy this poor guy, and he doesn't know what to do about it. Like, I am so flabbergasted just watching this. I'm just like, this is amazing. And when you think about it too, Nova Emperor has that revival passive. So not only did she kill him at 100% health, she technically killed about 120% of his health. And he couldn't do almost anything. This is an almost near perfect no-hit victory for Black 13 Star. I think she got hit once by some of the bombs. But aside from that, utter destruction.
Destruction!
Pure annihilation.
Annihilation!
Just this one spot of the map, right in the middle, on the bottom, he did not move from this spot, because he could not, honestly. Obviously he could have done other things, but she made sure he stayed there. She used her amazing core. She made sure, boy, you are standing here, you are waiting here, you do not move until I destroy you. And that is exactly what Black 13 Star did. Awesome job. Awesome match. So at number 2, we got Michonne versus Rekha. Honestly, in my heart, in my eyes, I really wanted this to be number 1. But at the same time, I could not make this number 1 because of what number 1 actually is. But still, parts of me is just like, this is my number 1 moment. And let me tell you why. Michonne is more of an older player. Kind of, in a way, like in terms of like what they were known for, kind of known as like really top player, older player. Rekha, also known as Chili, also known as Stupid Korean before he had to do the name change. he's more seen as kind of a newer, not new, but newer kind of amazing player. So it's like seeing an old professional fight a new professional, and just having those two heads clash, and it's an amazing tournament. Both these players are amazing to watch. There's really no domination from either side, but still they do their best to try and beat each other, and it's such an even matchup watching these two fight, and they try their hardest, try their best, see different techniques come out from both of them trying their best. Now let me make something very clear. These two players, especially in this match, were very intelligent, played very well. Near the end of this match, Michonne does something interesting. Michonne uses Phoenix Strike. When she used that, I noticed in the chat, a lot of people were just like, LOL, what are you doing? Are you kidding me? Phoenix Strike? Those type of comments. Let me tell you about a passive from Nova Imperator called the Last Resort. Now the Last Resort is Nova Imperator's revival passive. A lot of people know about it, but something a lot of people don't know about it is there is a way to get past it. The way you get past it is you either wait for core to run out, use up the core and then kill them, and make sure they don't have a core when they die, or use a DOT attack, damage over time attack, as the killing hit, and when they fall over, they die from the DOT. I do this personally a lot with Ignition Crow Incineration. I'll use my Ignition Crow Incineration as the final hit, as the death hit more or less, and the DOT from Incineration kills the Nova Imperator. No matter what, unless I have to fix, obviously. But this tournament had no titles, so that's not gonna happen. So hopefully some people can see what I'm getting at here, is the reason why Michonne uses Phoenix Strike is because she wants that to be the killing blow. Michonne wants that to be the killing blow, so that the Nova Imperator falls down. The DOT from Phoenix Strike, which does do a burning, I don't think Nameless has any other skill that does DOT. That skill which does the burning will kill Rekha, and they will win the match. Unfortunately, while that is a good plan, I think Michonne overestimated how much damage Phoenix Strike actually does, because it eventually doesn't end up being the killing hit both times Michonne uses it. And then Michonne kind of messes up again at the end, because Michonne does Phoenix Strike and then follows it up with a violent attack. Rekha sees that opportunity to die to violent attack, and when they get out of Phoenix Strike, he jumps back into the violent attack to die to the violent attack to get the resurrection. So I wanted to just make that clear that both of these players are very intelligent. Watching this match was amazing to me. Again, like I said before, watching kind of the new versus the old butt heads together, and seeing the finish from Rekha, the final essentially hit was amazing, and it kind of gave me flashbacks to something I did previously.
Wait.
Just what? I can't do anything.
No,
I got him! I got him! I got him! I did it again. Okay, that was funny. That's definitely a highlight.
But it's still amazing to watch. I was watching him do air combos, just kind of maybe to get some HP. Michonne jumping into it, and boom bang, it's over. Yeah, technically when you think about it, it's just like revival passive versus revival passive. Who's a better revival passive? But again, amazing, amazing match. This was my favorite match to watch. I will say that up front, 100%. This is my favorite match to watch. Awesome job by Michonne. Awesome job by Rekha. And all in all, guys, I am so glad I got to watch this fight. It was amazing. Amazing. Alright, here it is, guys. The number one. The ultimate amazing moment that has happened in the 1v1 tournament. Here it is. At number one, we got Irresistible versus ToonBilly from the finals. If anybody watched the finals of this tournament, you probably predicted what my number one moment was going to be. Here we got Irresistible versus ToonBilly. Two amazing players, the only Minerva going up against one of the best Comic Crusaders in this tournament. And it was a spectacular moment to watch. Honestly, again, very even at the start, but Irresistible definitely has the edge here. And Irresistible comes very close to killing him. She does her one-shot, one-woman combo and almost destroys ToonBilly. But ToonBilly, hanging on by a thread, living on a prayer, just no damage, destroys her HP from about, like, what is that, like 75% if you started with? Utterly demolishes it. And At one point, Irresistible, you think she can do it, because she gets an awakening bead, and it's just like, oh, this is it. It's over. GG. It's done. But no. Somehow she misses. ToonBilly act like, I don't know what happened. ToonBilly activated the Ultra Instinct. I don't know, but he escapes it. And he is able to dish out a win. Dish out the damage. Destroy her. Crack Crusher. Leap. All these amazing things. To not get hit. He is a tickle away. You just had to sneeze on ToonBilly. You just had to breathe in the right direction of ToonBilly and you would destroy him. But no, he knows what Comet Crusader is capable of, and he tries his hardest. A lot of people maybe would have given up when they have 1 HP, like GG, it's over, I'm done. But not ToonBilly, man. ToonBilly gets this win. And not only does he get his win, this win is very important. Because remember what I said earlier back in number 5. The final round versus ToonBilly and Entente was a sudden death. They had the same amount of points. If ToonBilly did not pull out this living on a thread, no damage victory here against Irresistible, he would have not have even done the sudden death because his points would have been lower than Entente. Potentially, obviously. But watching that on the edge of my seat, just being like, oh my goodness, just hit him, just touch him. But no, ToonBilly's got it, man. ToonBilly's got it. Utter domination, using the tools he has at his hands. It was amazing. It was great. Again, like I said before, I don't like watching Comet Crusader gameplay, just watching him just mash his priority into your face. But even I will take a step back and say, this was amazing. Just watching him eat up 75% of Irresistible's health when Irresistible can't get the one hit on him, even with the awakening, is absolutely amazing. And what it means for the tournament, what it means is essentially his victory. One of his victories he makes right here. One of the most important victories, aside from the finals itself, is right here. Because the last round is a final sudden death. So right here, if he was not capable of this, he would have not got first place. It's amazing. And I cannot say that anymore. Definitely, without a doubt, nothing could beat this moment. Nothing could beat this moment of ToonBilly. You can't touch me.
You can't touch this.
Living on a prayer. Ultra Instinct. Get out of here.
I'm out of here.
You cannot touch me. Comet Crusader is a fair class, by the way.
Oh! Billy! Oh my god! And that ends the match.
And there's the list, guys. That was the 1v1 tournament. Honestly, even though there was so much of the tournament and I couldn't watch every single live stream of it, even just catching a couple of the live streams in the finals, it was still very enjoyable to watch. Obviously, there were some troubles. You know, the no resistances thing, I think, is the worst thing that happened in this tournament, because unfortunately people took advantage of that highly. So, in my opinion, if they do one of these again, they should at least, you know, put resistances. I think that's fair enough. But I liked all the other parts about it. Everybody had sparring gear, no titles, no crazy accessories, just keeping it to the basics. At the end of the day, thank you all so much for watching. I hope KOG does more tournaments like these. It was a blast to watch, and I will see you guys next time.